Now, the next Jamaican rum we are visiting, I'm a little bit conflicted about. This is the Hampden 8-year-old. There is pretty much, will probably be bottle kill after this. I cannot think of the last time that I actually opened the bottle and tasted this. I don't think I've opened it in 2023. I think it's been sitting like that for a good 8 months, 9 months. I genuinely can't think of the last time I had it. Why I'm conflicted is simply the price. And I've got a loose idea in my head of what I'm expecting from this rum, taste and smell wise. I've never had it at rum festivals. I've just ignored it because of the price. And this is where the US and the Canadians are just going to, and probably the Europeans are just going to laugh at us now. But let's dive straight into it. The price of this is £65. £65 translates to, rounding up, €83.76. That is literally where £20 more than the Worthy Park, which was, let's go get head to head against Appleton here. Appleton, £45, that's £65, so £20 more than Appleton 12-year-old. This does firmly break my £50, $60, €60 kind of limit. But actually, in this kind of little thing of One Rum Mai Tai and neat sipping, I'm kind of expected it to be my favourite. This is kind of where my head is going. But, let's have a revisit. I genuinely can't think of the last time I had it. So let's dive in. And a couple of things. Sorry, I hadn't mentioned the ABV. For those of you who don't know, we are going up in the ABV. Ignore the sort of rum bar gold. I wasn't going to use it in this series, but I did. It's the weakest one out of it. We're now going up to 46. So the whole point was I've done the 43 percenters. The 45 was the Worthy Park single estate, and now this is the 46 percenter, and it's an 8-year-old, a straight 8-year-old. Now this on the aroma is, if you think back to that first video that I think it was the first one where I was talking about Appleton being the biggest selling Jamaican rum, and should we actually think of the Appleton style of rum, that blended rum, the tropical fruit but not much pungence, not much funk, not much ester to it. Should we think of that as they are the biggest selling rums of Jamaica as a typical Jamaican rum? Or should we think of pungent funk as the traditional sort of style of Jamaican rum? I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to that. But all I'm going to say is, smelling that is exactly in my head what I expect Jamaican rum to smell like. It is just, you smell that and it is Jamaican. That's it at the end of the day. That is exactly where your head would go. I'm guessing 90% of rum drinkers would smell that. Jamaican. There is just no denying that. And this is my kind of question and argument. I do think that is what we would term as Jamaican rum. Even though Appleton rum comes from Jamaica, but that's kind of what you expect. Funk, ester, pungent, banana, tropical fruit. It is just all there. And I have to give it a similar kind of profile to what I would do as the Worthy Park. In that it doesn't smell sweet. The fruit is emphasised. But there is lovely sort of barrel aging notes under it. And I'm talking like the vanilla. I'm talking about the caramel. I'm not talking peppery spice. I'm actually not talking alcohol burn off it either, to be fair. It's not until I dive my nose right inside that I would kind of say, oh, maybe it's a stronger rum. I think how to sort of classify this a bit more. This is, even though I've said banana in the last couple of videos, and yes, I do get banana, but this is where we go overripe banana. This is where bananas are on the turn, if you like. And that's that sort of Jamaican undertones. Sort of, I would actually put it, smelling head to head, I've still got some here. I would actually put it I don't know the ester levels of this. I don't know much about the sort of the letters. I think this is LR. I forget what they call this now. You can deep dive down the sort of the letters, how you kind of get the funk notes and the ester levels and all that of the rums. I would put this at a higher ester level than what the Zone Macca is. I would actually put it at a much higher as well. Not just marginal, I put it a lot higher. But this just delivers in all kinds of different fruit. And yes, I've got tropical fruit off the last ones as well. But by that, I kind of mean like pineapple, coconut as well in the background. With this, I kind of do get mango. I actually sort of get like a red fruit off this as well, which I typically get off unaged or very, very lightly aged white Jamaican rums. Like, weirdly, Duppy that I use quite a lot on cocktail masterclasses because it's that entry level. Duppy, I get quite a lot of raspberry notes off it. Rum Bar White, I get quite a lot of raspberry notes or red fruit. I'm not saying this is raspberry. I would potentially go down more the cherry route with it. It's not strawberries. I potentially go more sort of cherry, like a stone fruit, a red stone fruit. But yeah, the only other thing I can really say to that is how I stereotypically expect Jamaican rum to smell. Funky banana, pungent. Because of the barrel aging, you do get that sort of vanilla, the caramel, the wood sort of notes to it. That's just a lovely sort of rounded rum. Even a little bit of sweetness to it, but not much. Oh, wow. That is delicious. Oh, wow. Right, where do we go with this? For a start, that, if I'm comparing the Worthy Park, the single estate is a 45er, and this is a 46% ABV. So where are we? 90 and 92 proof. That punches way higher in alcohol. This has got a lot more body to it, a lot more sort of oomph behind it. But that brings a lot of fun, a lot of fruit, a lot of, don't get me wrong, a bit of peppery spice to it, but a lot. I can only describe it as fun. I've just been rolling it around over my tongue. And because it's, the only way I can describe it, if you put a fruit juice, like a drink of fruit juice, tropical fruit juice, and you have it in your mouth, you don't gargle, but you do maybe just kind of that, and swill it around. That is exactly what I kind of get off that. I get banana mixed in with pineapple. I'm actually, because I've had some puree recently, papaya. I would be very kind of, for me, in my head, I'm relating that to papaya more than I am mango or anything like that. A little hint of coconut now on the finish. Yes, there is a peppery spice to it, which is kind of your wood burn you would expect from 8 years in a barrel. You do get those woody notes. You get quite a healthy bit of like leathery vibe to it. But you know what I'm picking up now, actually, on the finish? He's prominent, but I didn't really get it until it sort of lengthened out. Quite a healthy dose of smoke, actually. I wouldn't say it's there on the sip. I wouldn't say it's there on the tongue. But the finish, it really does come back up with smoke. Do you know what? That is a really tough call. I'm going to leave that summing up of what I think to that as a neat sipper until the end of the video. But now let's dive into the Mai Tai. So just to refresh my palate, even though it's only been 20 minutes since I had another one, the original Zymaca Plantation OFTD split base. Just kind of, as I said, it's just what I make at home. I'm not saying it's the best, it's just what I make. Now, I've left the Zymaca there because it's still my favourite so far, if you like. I can confirm, as I thought, bottle kill. I'm so damn conflicted. It was a fantastic bottle kill because that is my favourite Mai Tai now. That is unbelievably good. It brings funk. It brings pungency. It brings the extra sort of alcohol ABV kick. It brings fruitiness to it without sort of, it doesn't overpower the orgeat. So to kind of relate this in some of the Mai Tais that I've made, the Appleton 8, the Appleton 12, the Compagnie des Indes, the Rum Bar Gold, they don't balance the orgeat syrup, orgeat. What am I going to say? I'll keep doing a different word in every video. Let's go orgeat. There we go. It doesn't balance the orgeat, so they're kind of too almondy, if you like. You kind of have to play about with the sort of ratios in there. It does balance the orange and all that. This, again, with the Zymaca, and that's why I think you need that pungency in a Mai Tai. I think it just kind of rounds everything off. God damn, I'm so conflicted. How much was this? 60, on the wrong flipping tab now. 65 quid, I think it was. 65, where are we? 65 pounds. $83.76. Do I really buy another bottle of that? 60 £65. Yes, it's a lovely sipping rum as well. I'm so conflicted. Let me know what you do in the comments below. Would you pay that much for this rum? Do you think you're worth it? The only way I can sum this video up is I love the look. I love the lightness that accompanied in this brings me. Bearing in mind, caveat, you should know by now, I do love my lighter rums, less aging. I can't, that's where I am. But this, at 8 years old, 8 years in the barrel, doesn't bring out too much woodiness, too much sort of that caramel and all those sort of notes that I'm not that much appreciative in there. Whiskey fans, neat sipping fans, this is, I'm going to put it out there, this is your clear favourite so far. This is, for me, ahead of Appleton 12, for me, ahead of the Worthy Park Single Estate. This is, I think, where you would go, because it has got barrel notes to it, but it's got the alcohol kick, which you would kind of appreciate a bit more. I think you would appreciate the alcohol more in this than what you would do the Appleton 12, which then brings the other flavours, brings the tropical notes to it. For me, I think I'm going to buy another bottle. I do think I am going to buy another bottle, and as expensive as that is, and as stupid as that sounds, I just think that's going to do wonders in I'll wait until the series is finished, because I might come up with better rums. I've got other alternatives to come, even at 55, 57% is. That's how I'm going to sum this up. I'm going to leave it for that. At this precise moment, if that's where my Jamaican journey finished, I would restock that. But there are more rums to come, so we shall have to wait and see. But Mai Tai, that is, I was going to say 9 out of 10. I'm going to go an 8 point. I forgot what I scored the Zymac, to be fair, but 8.89, something like that. Not quite an 8.9, not quite a 9 out of 10. That's a delicious Mai Tai.